Hey, what's up, internet occupants? This is the Political Brown Kid here. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon, because it is afternoon today. Don't know when this video is going to get published. It'll probably get published in the morning. Probably get published 3 weeks from now. But anyway, I just want to drop this while I have it on my head while I watched it. I want to talk about Bill Maher. Again, I've been told y'all I'm not a fan of this dude. I peeped his game years ago. I saw Bill Maher coming 10,000 miles away. Could smell his stink. And this is what people, and trust me, I'm in no way a conservative supporter. And I'm not going to bash all conservatives because there are some good conservatives out there. I thought Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland, I thought he was a pretty good dude. So, you can't be strongly partisan one way or the next. But for the most part, I've really been supportive of more liberals than anything, predominantly. I'm not trying to say that to be proud of it or not, but what I want to focus on is Bill Maher, because I told people a while ago, Bill Maher is the prototype of a liberal racist. And when I say liberal racist, but I'm not trying to say that when people hear the word racist, they think of the Ku Klux Klan, they think of somebody that just hates black people. No. What a racist can be, and maybe racist could be too strong of a term, but it actually fits, is because a racist, if you go and listen to Claude Anderson and you listen to people, the definition really isn't, or at least the way Claude Anderson and others put it, it's not, that's different from prejudice. Prejudice or bias is a person that has a particular hate. Racist is a system where one group of ethnic people are trying to keep another ethnic group down. That is the definition. And it is usually, you have to have some particular attributes associated with that. You have to be in a position of power to oppress that person. And Bill Maher fits some of those descriptions in his thought process. And I stopped watching his show a long time ago, but lately I've tuned in because I said, I want to hear what his thoughts are just to see what he's been talking about. Because if you notice, Bill Maher's changed his format up. He's gotten rid of his buddy, Killer Mike, his overweight buddy, Killer Mike. And I'm not trying to dog Killer Mike out, but this is the one thing, and I made a video on this on my channel. He waited till he has Killer Mike on his show. Killer Mike is supposedly his friend. And then you wait until you don't have Killer Mike or a heavyset person on your show to go on a rant and rave about people who are overweight and obese. And you felt the need to have a rant in your final, when he does his final thoughts about fat people, and told him it's not fat shaming if you're putting somebody, and if you're trying to motivate them to do better. You don't know what a person's condition is, number one. But I'm digressing. Bill Maher has said a lot of things. He's said things in regards to the racist aspect of it, because now I brought that up with Killer Mike, is if you notice his format of his show has changed. He's no longer has 3 guests on the show. He just has 2. And they've been pretty white lately for the past, I think, season and a half. And then if you even notice that when he doesn't have the black guests on there, he talks about black issues and kind of talks about this whole woke culture, and he's going against a lot of black issues. It even kind of putting the seed of thought out there that, possibly it's not whites that are doing anything wrong. But then yet he's sick and tired of, hearing all this bashing against white men. He'll shut that down real quick. Watch his show. I'm rambling too much about that, because what I really want to talk to you about in Bill Maher is, I've heard him on his last show just yesterday. Here he is, not yesterday, but Friday, what was that, the 3rd, February the 3rd, during his final thoughts. Now he's beating up on men. And again, I told y'all lately I started watching these red pill videos, and I've even watched the anti-red pill videos. I watch Passport Bro videos, I watch anti-passport videos. And there's some good comments on both sides, but I see what people like Kevin Samuels in the red pill community are talking about. No one holds women accountable for anything. And this is including Bill Maher. In his show on Friday, February the 3rd, go watch that episode that debuted. It has Malcolm Nance in the beginning being talked to on his one-on-one. But in the end, in his final thoughts monologue, when he goes on his tirade, now he's blaming men for online dating issues. So I'm just going to quote, here's the quotes that I got that I'm going to go through. So he says in the end, he says, here's a little life tip for the men. If you want to get with a woman, talk to her in person. And so the audience hysterically claps and you can hear the women woohooing and everything. Okay, that's fine. I'm not really going to disagree with you on that because online apps really don't work for men. It, it does not work for men. The studies have proven it and the observations have proven it. It does not work for men. And I can probably even speak from personal experience. It does not work for men. It works for women. And then he says, so I'll agree with him on that point. But again, he's putting the blame, I'm just using that quote because he's putting the blame squarely on men as if men are the problem and we're the losers. Again, no accountability for women. Women are never held accountable for their faults in online dating. But he goes further. He says, the phone ruined dating and porn ruined sex. Again, I will agree with him on that. I will definitely agree with him on that. The phone ruined dating. I can agree with you on that. And porn ruined sex. I will definitely agree with him on that. Then his next comment is, women have been left with men who don't know how to actually talk to a woman anymore. Is that really? Well, what are women's roles in that, Bill? What are women's role in that? Because women are on these apps, but you don't see the women again. Women have, they focus their attention on the 9s and 10s. All of the women, and even like I said, Kevin Samuels pointed this out, and you can see the women on Kevin Samuels' show, all of them. And even this, I was just watching a video just today, this woman who's 5'10" and wears a size 14. She thinks that she can get any and every man, and she was offended that that she can discriminate against certain men, but that all men will find her attractive. That's what she was kind of insinuating, or that there's not a problem with her. And then when Kevin Samuels points that out, that she's a big girl, she takes offense to that. And she provides every justification of why she's fine. But even these women that are like this, that are size 14, if a man is heavy set, he's dogged out for being heavy set. Heavy set women don't even want heavy set men. But yet they think that every man will want them. So again, Bill Maher saying women have been left with men who don't know how to actually talk to a woman. Well, what are women's roles in that, Bill? If you meet them in public, they're in a group of 30. They can't go to the club by themselves. You have to, once again, you have to go to the club, and men are just getting tired of continually getting shot down and getting very little results. So why would I continually put myself in that if you're a man that's not having those results? So what are women's roles in that, Bill? A lot of women in the streets, they don't want to be talked to. They determine and dictate when they want to be talked to and where. But you hold no woman accountable for their role in the relationship process. Next comment that he says, or next quote. So it's not surprising that women are finally revolting against the superficial scroll and swipe form of dating that, of course, works for men, disagree, who are oversexed and disgusting, biologically designed to seek the maximum orgasms for the minimum amount of work. Oh, that's a lot. And again, when he's saying it, you have to listen to his tone. You have to watch the video. I'm just doing the quotes because they probably wouldn't let me post his videos up here without me having to tag it in some way. So he's saying it's surprising that women are finally revolting against the superficial scroll and swipe. So women are revolting against it. Well, maybe they're revolting against it because all of the women are swiping right. I guess that's the good swipes. I don't know, because who swipes? I don't know. But they're swiping and trying to hook up with the 8, 9s, and 10 guys, the Michael B. Jordans, the Shamar Moores, and the Brad Pitts of the world, and none of the other guys are getting any swipes, because they'll let you know if you watch some of these other videos and if you do research, men have to try. They have to make 300 interactions before they get one interaction back, or one reciprocity, one reciprocal encounter. Women don't have to do that. They do the minimum amount of work, Bill. So now you're saying women are giving up, but no, okay. But men are giving up too. Maybe if they put in a little effort. And then they're saying that, of course, works for men. So how does that work for men, Bill? And that we're oversexed and disgusting, biologically designed to seek the maximum orgasms for the minimum amount of work. Is that so? So we're doing the minimum amount of work. It seems like women are doing the minimum amount of work. They're not making interactions online. When are they going to reach out and do something? When a man reaches out to them, they don't respond. I had a friend, matter of fact, this guy showed me, a buddy of mine. Been hanging out with him lately. He showed me, because he's on this dating app. I'm not going to mention the dating app. He reached out to the girl and he showed me her because he wanted me, because I guess she had blocked him, but he wanted to kind of like relook at her page because he sent her a like. I guess he, read her profile and he sent her a like. And so she immediately, and, I guess once he sent her a like, she immediately just blocked it. He just, I guess, clicked the like and it sends her a thumbs up like hey, this guy thinks he likes you or he thinks you're nice looking. And she just hit block. And so he was just kind of like, man, well, what does she look like again? Because he was just trying to figure out, like, why the heck did she just block me? Like, what's going on? And so I couldn't find her profile. They don't just allow you to type in a username and get to the profile. But he was just trying to figure that out. But Jesus, I mean, we just merely just blocking people. And it's not like this guy's disgusting looking. But once again, this is what women do. They don't want to be talked. They say they want to be talked to. They say they want a relationship, but with who? With whom, should I say? And then, so we're doing the minimum amount of work. Even online, men are working. Again, like I told you, they say men have to scroll and swipe on 300 encounters just to get one. Women just have to post a picture. The only work they have to do is avoid looking at dick pics. Excuse my language, but that's all they have to do. Next comment from Bill. Dating apps took the worst inherent traits of men and exacerbated them by a multiple of infinity. Really? Let's see. I'm horny, I'm lazy, I'm a coward, and I suck at honest communication. Wow, Bill. So women have no bad qualities. They just have none. So it's only men. So dating took the worst inherent traits of men? But what about the worst inherent traits of women? They post pictures online and think they're fine and think they're all 10s and that they can get any man in the world, so they shoot down every other normal guy. If your looks are below a 6, below average, or just if you're not exceptional looking, you're not going to get any conversation. If you're not built exceptionally, you're not going to get any conversation. But yet they continually pick the guys that's going to dog them out and the guys that are going to put in this little bit of effort. You know why the guys are putting in a little bit of effort here, Bill? You know why the women are encountering guys that have a little bit of effort and are lazy? Because those guys are just like hot women. Hot women are lazy. If you look at a hot woman, she thinks she doesn't have to do anything because she's gorgeous. Her beauty is her attribute. And she thinks that when you get her, she's the prize. She has to do nothing. And gorgeous women put in minimal work. So an extremely handsome man is probably going to do the same thing. I don't know. I don't date men. But an extremely handsome guy who knows that he can get women, he knows he's knocking them down, he's going to go online probably, and he's going to put in the minimum amount of work. And he probably doesn't have anything going for him. Or maybe he does. But women make bad choices, Bill. So when are you going to hold them accountable? Then he says this comment. As far as effort goes, it's one notch above sticking your thing in the vacuum cleaner. He's basically saying men put in zero effort and that dating apps are just basically one step above a vacuum cleaner, satisfying yourself with a vacuum cleaner. I don't know. Bill just goes on and on and on. And then his final comment that I'm going to touch on is, he says, and that's the lesson women should have taken from all of this. Dating from the phone took away any incentive for men to cough up the two things women want from them: courage and communication. So women want courage and communication from us, but we lack courage and communication. It's courageous to talk to someone over the internet. A lot of times people meet people virtually because that's where the world is going, Bill. Not everyone can be a celebrity and do minimal work, and your job is to be out in the public. But a lot of other people, especially when you're talking about middle-aged individuals, they don't really have those type of lives. They go to work, they come home, and they don't have time to be in the club or hitting the streets or hitting a bar, hitting a lounge, or hitting someplace to go meet people. And when you do that, sometimes, and not to say that those people aren't still even doing that, but you still want to increase your pool of potential mates. So people go online. So what, Bill? Not everybody can tell jokes and get paid $20 million to tell a joke and to host a show and to be out in the public. That's what you do. You were fortunate enough to have that. Not everyone can play football and basketball and have those social jobs. So now you're dogging men out because they're online, just like women. They're online. And then you're trying to say that men online don't have courage. It still takes courage to reach out to someone, to say hello and put yourself out there. And then communicate. You're trying to say that men don't know how to communicate. Well, I'm probably not even going to totally disagree with you on that, but I'm assuming that you're talking about communicate in the sense of, at least encountering a woman and saying hello. I beg to differ. I think that you're selling men, you're selling your own gender short. You're selling your own gender short, and you hold women not accountable. But you're saying that dating took away the two incentives for men to cough up. Well, what did it take away for women? All women have to do, they just stick their photo once again online. What efforts are they putting in? What are the virtues that they lack in the dating process? Why don't you talk about that? But once again, we have celebrities, popular celebrities, because let's keep it real. Bill Maher is a popular person. But here's another popular person that has power and influence over people. Well, again, I keep telling y'all, the media controls everything, and y'all not looking at and understanding how the media controls everything. Who died and made Bill Maher an expert on dating and an expert on relationships and an expert on gender identification of bad qualities? No one. But because he's on television, people will believe it to be true. And when he says foolish stuff like this, it just further makes women believe and validate that they're correct and that all men are just idiots and that men ruin the dating process. That men ruin, now we ruin online dating. We ruin in-person dating. We ruin online dating. So what do women do? Obviously, women do everything right and men do nothing right. So once again, I'm telling y'all, watch out for Bill Maher. He is something else. He is something special, but he is the definition of a toxic liberal. If you have any comments, please comment on this video. Also, too, because I like to comment and I like to have constructive dialogue. And also, please hit the like button and subscribe. This is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.